let's talk about what the Bible truly is. Regardless of popular belief, the Bible is really about the government of God being established here on earth. So all of God's intentions and how God wants the earth to be ran, or the principles that runs the earth, is in the Bible. So the Bible is a book of math, a book of science, a book of poetry, a book of history, a book of business, a book of all of God's principles and God's ways. And what separates the Bible from any other book realistically is that it has the principle of the Creator in it. That means that if you really study the Bible and dissect it the way God intended for you to dissect it, and you utilize the principles that's in the Bible, you will get the results that the Bible says you would get, because God created not only mankind, but God created a creation. So the Bible is God's for a better understanding, like God's constitution for the world that He's colonizing. He created the earth for Himself to colonize it, to extend not only heaven, but extend the principles and the philosophies and the ways of heaven here on earth. And if you really look at the grand scheme of things, what happened first is that God created, so listen to me closely on this one, God created the creation for Adam, which is Adam, mankind. That is the creation that God has created here to govern this earth. So He created everything around Adam in order to help Adam cultivate a particular plan that's within His purpose. So everything was created for Adam, and you being a descendant of Adam, the creation was created in strong regards to you. Now, here goes the second part to that. But God created Adam for Himself. So what that means now is that God created Adam for Himself, and then God created the creation for Adam. But He created the creation, then created Adam, and then introduced Himself to Adam, have a relationship with Adam. And the principle and the premise was, if Adam would give himself and commit himself to God, the entirety of the creation will always belong to Adam. But when Adam decided now to take himself away from God, that's when he loses possession of the creation that was made for him. So now the Bible is a book to show us now how to position ourselves to get back into the rightful position that God intended for His purpose. And purpose means the original intent. So God's original intention for this world is that this world is supposed to be an extension of heaven here on earth. And it's supposed to be governed by man as man is governed by God. So now, in order for us to go back, is that we have to first understand that the Bible is supposed to bring us closer, not closer to a religion, but closer to a relationship with God, the kind of relationship that Adam had in the Garden of Eden before he fell, or fall, or failed, however you want to look at it. And it's supposed to instruct us not only in the aspect of spirituality, but in our physicality as well. How we go about life, how we live out our everyday activities, how we go about building relationships, how we go about cultivating and building communities, how we go about building our businesses, and the premise and the principles that we live by. But the truth of the matter is, most people have only looked through the Bible in one lens, and that is a religious lens that was given to them, and they didn't do it authentically, where they just look and basically unbiasedly allow their ability to understand information to be able to help them to come to the conclusion as God will intervene with His Spirit in order to unveil or reveal more information about the Bible to them. So the truth of the matter is, the Bible is a book to give us the Bible is a book that gives us the guidance that we need in order to first establish the relationship that we need to have with God, that is filled with the principles and the processes that we need in order to have a progressive life on here on earth, so that we can fully be restored to the place that we have lost when Adam failed or fell. So that is the purpose of the Bible. Now, feel free to ask any more questions that you need to ask, so that we can always provide the answers authentically and truthfully.